Hello and welcome to the Announcers Table's classic TNA Impact review, where we go through TNA Impact week by week. This week we're on the October 8th, 2004 episode, and once again I'm joined by Scott Weaver. Scott, how are you?
I'm very well, Dom. How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. I'm very excited by this episode of Impact.
Yeah, this one's a doozy.
Oh god, yes. For the best reasons, for the worst reasons, for everything in between.
For many, many reasons.
Just what you look for from TNA Impact.
Oh, yes.
But before we get into it, we're going to flash back to October 2004 and have a look what was going on in the world. In the UK charts, at number one, any guess, Scott?
Right, so the last 2 weeks, I have guessed successfully Eric Prydz. So I feel like Eric's going to come through again. Is it going to be Eric Prydz again?
Eric Prydz has been dethroned.
No! It's happened!
Robbie Williams' Radio is number one in the UK charts.
I can't recall it off the top of my head.
I like Robbie Williams. I
like
listened
Robbie
to this song. I don't know it, and it's not good.
Right, I feel like I should listen to it. Oh, mate, Angels.
Honestly, so many Robbie Williams songs are better than this one. I don't like this one at all.
Millennium.
Oh, bangers everywhere, but not this one.
I will go back and listen to it.
I really didn't like it, but you can let me know what you think. But
I will do.
Not a fan.
I will do.
Number one in the UK box office is Bride and Prejudice.
Yes, one of my personal favourites.
Oh yeah, no one's heard of this film, and I don't know how it got to number one. It's a modern adaptation of Jane Austen's classic novel, Pride and Prejudice, that features the lives of four unmarried daughters in an Indian family. That's me reading the synopsis. That's not off the top of my head.
So was this before Bend It Like Beckham or after?
This was after Bend It Like Beckham.
Okay, so I feel like that's why it's probably...
Yeah, with the same director, same...
Oh, is it?
Mm.
Oh, okay, that's probably why then. Because Bend It Like Beckham was a big success.
It was, but it was also good. Like this one has terrible ratings.
You've not watched it?
Okay. The ratings for this one are much worse than Bend It Like Beckham.
Okay, that's better. At least qualify your statement.
Yeah, I've looked at the poster. I'm not inspired to watch it.
Well, Wimbledon didn't have the best ratings, and I loved it.
That's fair, but this is lower than Wimbledon.
As it should be.
Well.
As everything should be.
In video games, we have two here, and I'm confident the first one you probably haven't played, but the second one you probably have. The first one is Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door.
I've never heard of it.
It's a classic. It's it's a classic game. It's really good. But yeah, it's very much a niche taste.
Is it like another Game Boy Advance?
It's GameCube.
Okay, I've never touched a GameCube in my life.
Fair enough. The other big game to come out this week is FIFA 2005.
Oh, my second ever FIFA.
Do you know who's on the cover of the game?
So FIFA 04, I think, was Edgar Davids and David Trezeguet.
Do you know my Edgar Davids story, by the way?
No.
Oh, so
is it something to do with Barnet?
It is something to do with Barnet. Okay. So I support Alton Town. I go and watch Alton Town quite regularly. Edgar Davids was Barnet manager, and we were playing them.
Yeah.
Now Edgar Davids doesn't tend to travel north. He just refused to travel north. But Alfreton was just middle enough for him to go, okay, fine.
Why have you said Edgar Davids doesn't travel north like he lives in King's Landing in Game of Thrones?
I don't know. He refused to go to the Northern Games, apparently.
He's scared.
But we were north enough for him to come.
Okay.
And he was sat in the stands. I went early because I knew that Edgar Davids was going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm 13 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I walk up to him and ask him for a picture. And he goes, no, and turns his back on me.
Oh.
Yeah. So then I get my iPod and I sneak a picture of him basically with his back turned to me. And then I just turn back around and I see him shaking his head like, I can't believe you've done that.
Why would he say no?
I don't know. Because I don't know, but I've got a vendetta against Edgar Davids ever since.
So you were going to the Alfreton game as a fan?
Yes. I wasn't working for them at the time.
Okay. Oh, right. So I'd have got it if you were like going there working for them and you had like the Alfredson gear on and you went up to him saying, "Can I have a picture, please?" Because then he'd be like, "No, you're for the other team." But if you're just a fan, what? Yeah. Why is he so mean?
I don't know, but I don't like Edgar Davids anymore. I've heard every time I hear someone saying nice things about him, I'm just like, yeah, well, he said no to me having a picture with him once. So, but yeah.
Did I ever tell you my Bobby Charlton story?
No.
So I went to an England game. It was a World Cup qualifier. It was been like 2009, maybe 2008, 2009. And I went with my dad, a friend, and my granddad. And we parked up in Wembley car park, and we were walking to our gate. And like 3 cars down from our car was like a big, like massive black Mercedes limo kind of thing.
Yeah.
We were like, "Oh, who's this?" And so we kind of stand and wait a second just to see who gets out, because it only just pulled up. And it was Bobby Charlton.
Wow.
So he gets out the car, and no one notices. I like tap my dad, and I'm like, "Dad, that's Bobby Charlton." And so we go over, say hello, shake his hand. My dad's so excited because like the first football game he ever saw was the World Cup final, all this sort of stuff. So shaking his hand, and we kind of think, oh, we need to get an autograph, but no one has a pen.
Yeah.
And it was before the time where everyone had camera phones, so like there was no chance of getting a picture. So no one has a pen, but so we kind of just shake hands, say like nice to meet you, and walk off. Now fast forward to 2018, so probably like 9 years later, my friend decided to tell me whilst drunk that he had a pen in his pocket and he forgot about it.
Wow.
Yeah, so I could have had a signed Bobby Charlton England shirt, and my friend forgot that he had a pen in his pocket.
Wow.
Yeah.
I presume you've never spoken to him again?
No, I killed him.
Ah, good. With a pen.
Yeah, straight to the eye.
But on the cover of FIFA 2005, do you have any idea who's on it? There's 3 players.
Now, Ronaldinho was on it for a long time.
He was, but he wasn't on this one. Do you want me to just tell you?
Yeah, just tell me, yeah.
It is Patrick Vieira.
Yeah, in the Arsenal.
Andrei Shevchenko.
Sheva? Was it? Ooh.
And Fernando Morientes.
Was it?
Yeah.
What?
Of Real Madrid at the time, not Liverpool.
Well, why not? Okay, what a strange...
Odd. I don't know. I really don't know.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
No, but...
I remember seeing Patrick Vieira on one, but I didn't know it was 05.
Yeah. Staying with sport, having already clinched a 7th F1 Drivers' Championship, German Ferrari driver Michael Schumacher wins a record 13th race of the season, winning the Japanese Grand Prix.
Yay!
Any interest in F1?
None whatsoever.
Same here, but I thought it'd be interesting. It's still a record that stands today.
He obviously was a legend. He still is a legend. It's a shame what's happened to him, and obviously thoughts and prayers, T's and P's go out. But I've got 0 interest in Formula One. We've actually had discussions about this and spoken about how we're both cricket fans, and people take the mick out of cricket saying it's boring, where Formula One is not even a sport, it's just engineering.
That's a good way of looking at it.
It is. It's whoever can build the fastest car. It doesn't matter who drives it. I could drive like a Mercedes and win a Grand Prix, probably.
I'm not 100% sure that's true, but I get what the point you're making.
You give me some practice, I could.
But yeah, this record still stands today. It's been equalled by Vettel. Vettel.
Okay.
Hamilton's only done 11, so he's 2 off.
He's really bad.
Rubbish.
Absolutely rubbish.
Moving into wrestling. So I had a quick read of the Wrestling Observer to inform me of what is happening at this time.
Shout out, Dave.
Dave Meltzer reported, so Perry Saturn has been off TV for a bit now, and no one was 100% sure why. And Meltzer's find out. So he said Perry Saturn was driving his girlfriend to work in April and came across two men who were attempting to restrain a girl in the back of her car.
Oh, Christ.
Perry went to help her, and he was running them off when he was shot in the neck 3 times with a handgun. Saturn had no idea that he'd been shot until later. At first, he thought he would just started bleeding after being punched in the fight.
Jeez.
He suffered damage to his vertebrae, but will be fine and is scheduled to return in September.
So this is 2 weeks in a row where wrestlers have been either shot or stabbed.
It's not a good time for a wrestler.
What? That's mad.
That's crazy.
Was it the guy who refused to sell his stuff? Brian something.
Brian Gamble. I'm not going to accuse Brian Gamble of being, committing those sorts of crimes.
No, I'm not accusing. I'm just saying.
There's a chance.
There is a chance, unless it was proven that it wasn't him.
But yeah, Perry got shot in the neck 3 times and just had no idea that he'd been shot.
Well, at least he was being a good guy.
Oh god, yeah, great guy, but
yeah. If you see Perry, if you're committing a crime and you see Perry Saturn walking towards you, what would you do? You just run.
Apparently, not shoot him in the neck because that will not stop him.
No, he's like Terminator.
Meltzer has also reported that Taboo Tuesday is coming later this month. That's already been announced. But he's reported that fans will be deciding the matches for Chris Jericho for the IC title. So he'll be defending the IC title. They'll be deciding his opponent. And Triple H's opponent to defend the World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay. I like the idea of Taboo Tuesday.
Yeah. Meltzer said...
Did it turn into Cyber Sunday?
It did.
Okay.
Meltzer said that this show is going to be a disaster, purely because it's on a Tuesday.
I mean, yeah.
Why would they host it on a Tuesday?
Why not just have it as a pay-per-view?
It is a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Why not just have it on a Sunday then, like normal?
Because they thought of the word taboo and it's like, well, Taboo Sunday doesn't work.
But taboo's got nothing to do with like voting. I
really don't know.
Cyber Sunday makes sense.
Yeah. I'd bring back Cyber Sunday, to be honest.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
And the way to
do it with a Twitter poll would be so easy now.
Oh god, yeah. You just know that there'd be some level of trolling that would ruin everything.
It'd be like Arsenal fans just hacking into every vote.
Yeah.
So many people would get pushed for world title runs.
Ricochet might actually get on TV with that.
Don't be silly.
On last week's episode of Explosion, which is one day after Impact, Johnny B. Bad, aka Mark Marrow, made his TNA in-ring debut.
Okay. So was he in the NYC? No,
Johnny B. Bad wasn't. So Mark Marrow was in WCW for a while, jumped to WWE, and he was, so despite being like not that important of a wrestler in terms of like history, he was the first person to be given a guaranteed contract by the WWE.
Wow, why?
Because it was the Attitude Era and everyone was jumping left, right, and centre, so they were like, you know what, you're not going.
We need to nail down Mark Marrow.
Yeah, and thank God they did. Because
I've got him confused with Disco Inferno, by the way.
Yeah, okay. Well, Mark Marrow brought Sable with him because he was they were dating at the time. So, a big influence despite no one caring about him.
I mean, Sable's gone on to do big things, and by do big things,
Brock Lesnar,
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, she was huge for the company at the time, so, and definitely outdrew him, so.
Oh, definitely.
But Marrow started the match as a face and turned heel by the end. What a debut.
How did that happen?
He took Jarrett's guitar and he hit someone. I can't remember who it was.
Oh, was it just someone in the crowd?
No, I wish, but unfortunately not.
Just clocked someone.
And finally, in wrestling news, there have been a bit of a backlash from the Nashville TNA fans for the move to Florida.
Oh, no.
Because obviously the pay-per-views were always held in Nashville.
Yeah.
And there was weekly pay-per-views. Nashville fans aren't happy that they're getting basically nothing now.
Well, they shouldn't. They should be angry.
I'd be angry.
Everything was there, and now they're like, okay, no, we need to go to Universal.
Yeah.
Oh, and they did the big announcement to pop the fans. Oh, no.
Yeah. They are running a house show soon with one of the matches advertised. So they've only advertised one match so far. and this will surely get the fans in. It's Kid Cash versus Jerry Lawler.
Jerry Lawler
Jerry Lawler
in NWA TNA.
in NWA TNA, just for a house show, one-off.
Okay, it's in Nashville, I guess, isn't it? Because that's kind of where he's from.
He's from the South. That's as much as I can tell you. He's from Memphis. I don't know how close that is.
Memphis is Tennessee. So, yeah, it's the same state.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Nashville, Tennessee, yeah.
But why Kid Cash?
Because he's probably going to be able to carry him.
Because he can lose.
Yeah. He can carry the match and still lose, probably.
Yeah, I mean, like, I thought they'd gone with Jarrett, just let him whack him with a guitar, but then I suppose they don't want Jarrett to lose.
No, Lawler's going over.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Okay. But that's all we've got for this week for that bit, so we'll go into the show. We open with a recap of last week's show, showing the tag team champions losing to the Naturals, AJ Styles earning his shot for the X Division title, which looks a lot better in highlight form.
Yeah. Because they only showed like 2 things from it.
Yeah, Styles clash and dives to the outside.
Yeah.
And then we also saw Russo announcing the number 1 contenders tournament, as well as Jarrett talking about the outsiders.
Yeah.
More of that to come.
Yeah, it was like before in previous weeks, every time they've said the outsiders, they like linger on it. But this time they said outsiders once and then showed a series of clips of just Jeff looking down the camera and then the flick of the toothpick, and there's really dramatic music. It was amazing.
Honestly, at this point, they're really bashing us over the head with it.
Yeah, it's treating your fans like idiots, I guess.
But as we enter the Impact Zone, there's someone in the crowd holding a title belt, and I speculated that he looks like Chris Hero.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
I can see why you'd think that. The reason I don't think it is because Hero at this point had a little goatee. So he had a blonde little goatee, and he's very tall. And he was stood next to a woman, and they were like the same height. And
maybe she stood in a chair.
Oh yeah, but no, it's not Chris. It's not Chris Hero.
It's not, but I just wanted it to be. I was willing it to be him.
I wanted it to be. I want Chris Hero to be a little TNA mark.
But we immediately open with Abyss versus Jeff Hardy.
Yes.
What a way to start the show.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it's probably best to open the show like this because they hyped it so much.
Yeah. But as Abyss is making his entrance, we get a huge announcement from the commentary team. Did you note this? I
think I know what you're going to say.
It's that big bad Jeff Hammond is back.
It's the man that is the most over in TNA. It's Jeff Hammond. That is what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah.
Did you hear? I paused for a minute. I was like, "Where's he going with this?"
They don't announce that Roddy Piper's coming later at the start of the show to keep fans in. No, what's going to keep fans is 6 points of Impact with Jeff Hammond.
Oh, for God's sake!
I just don't understand.
I couldn't even think of anything to say there. I just thought,
I just don't understand why they do it.
It's stupid.
But Jeff makes his entrance, and immediately as I see him...
Jeff Hardy, not Jeff Hammond.
Jeff Hardy makes his entrance.
Yeah.
Immediately as we see him, he already just gives off an aura that he's like the biggest star here. It's crazy.
So did you notice when Jeff entered, they had the whole music video thing last week, but when he entered now, he had no lyrics.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I was trying to listen to the music because I remember like previous weeks saying, "Oh, it's just a knockoff from WWE," and it's absolutely not. It's just not good.
It's Perox Y-Gen,
and it's not good.
It's amazing. And did you see him playing the air guitar as he walked down?
Yes, I did.
Like he was Hogan.
Well, I was going to say Kyle O'Reilly, but you do you.
I mean, I know who I'd rather watch wrestle.
Well, the match starts, and we're told that the match has a 15-minute time limit as opposed to 10.
Hated it.
Hated it? Why's that?
Because it made the X Division match last week feel so unimportant.
That's true. Didn't think about that, actually.
Yeah. If this match is a tournament match, it's not even the final. Why does it get more time than an actual number 1 contender's kind of sort of final match to decide a number 1 contender? Why does it matter more?
Yeah. And at first, genuinely, I thought, oh, so if it's 15 minutes and then no one's won, does that mean that the other match is just whoever wins gets Jarrett?
That'd be quite good.
But thankfully, Larry Zbyszko is on standby backstage, watching.
He's got a little box.
Yeah, it was, and he's watching the screen straight on, like a weirdo, rather than watching it from an angle.
Who doesn't watch it stood at a strange angle with their arms folded?
I'm podcasting from an angle right now.
I am. I'm facing my screen at a 90-degree angle to it.
Yeah, that's the only way to watch it.
Yeah, it's the only way to watch anything.
But yeah, we see Zbyszko watching. He's been dragged off the Kang and Kudos twirl and hurl ride to make a decision.
Is that from The Simpsons?
It is, yeah. It's the aliens from The Simpsons.
I'm so glad I got that reference.
I tried to find another one with rhyming in because I know you enjoyed last week's.
Men in Black Alien Attack will forever be my favourite.
That is the best one.
Kang and Kodos. Yeah, because they turn into George Bush and Al Gore and they take over the world. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm all with it.
And at first I thought that Larry had the least funky shirt that we've ever seen from him.
No.
But we get a better view of it later.
Oh, we will save that for later.
Yeah.
It's a proper Skegness classic.
As the match starts, we hear also a chant from a fan saying, "We want Matt."
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
It was one fan chanting, "We want Matt," as in Matt Hardy.
Yeah, there was some smarky fans in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, Matt Hardy at this point has been off TV for 2 months with a knee injury. He was last seen being chokeslammed off stage by Kane.
Okay.
During this time off is when Edge and Lita get a bit too familiar with each other.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, poor Matt.
So he's fired during this time off, released in 2005, for going public on social media about it.
On social media?
Yeah, MSN, I don't know.
He posted to his, what was it, Bebo account.
Yeah. I really don't know. But yeah, he went
his status. I hate Lita.
Yeah, he went public with it, and that's what got him fired.
Okay. Good for him.
Good for him, and also not good for him. Like, Edge, like, literally slept with his missus, and then he got fired for it.
Yeah, but good for him for going public and not just being a little bitch about it and rolling over.
Yeah, I mean, they're friends now. They've made up.
Yeah, well.
Which, I mean, they're both with different people now. So.
Yeah, I was going to say Lita's not with either of them, so it's all right.
Yeah, I don't know what Lita's doing now, to be honest.
Isn't she she's like a coach in NXT.
Oh, is she?
I think so. I think her and Shawn Michaels both got gigs there.
I know that Michaels is, because it's like basically DX run NXT. This anti-authority show is run by... Yeah. Oh, sorry, this authority is the anti-authority group DX.
Yeah, I might have got that wrong, but I feel like she might have a coach's role at NXT.
But going into the match, Abyss dominates Hardy early, just overpowering him, before Jeff blocks a splash to the corner. Jeff speaks to the ref, who gets on his hands and knees, letting Jeff hit a poetry in motion.
That was I Googled so much yesterday trying to find out what that move was called, because I in my head I had it as called spin cycle, but I think that's something else.
Well, I was thinking maybe he has different names in TNA, because they don't actually say what the names of his moves are, except for this one time. I
really like that, especially if they were chanting "We want Matt." That's good.
Yeah, it's a good response to it, but seems somewhat unfair from the ref, but I did enjoy the spot.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Hardy then hits a clothesline and looks for a slingshot to the outside, but he's caught by Abyss and ran into the ring post as we head into the break.
Yeah.
We come back, Abyss is still in control, and the fans start to chant Black Hole Slam.
Yeah, again, smarky fans.
I like that, though. It's the first time we've seen the fans getting behind Abyss, and it shows what a difference it makes when you don't put him in a jobber squash every single week.
Yeah. The one thing I did write down when they started chanting that is there were 4 guys in the front row of the hard cam side, so you could see them all the time, and they were all wearing white t-shirts,
Impact
with
shirts.
Impact on the front.
Yeah.
They were 100% plants
Oh yeah.
because throughout the show they never shut up.
They
So
have been paid well.
They were just there just to get the crowd up, I think.
You know, when you start seeing them chanting Roman Reigns.
We want
WWE.
Cena.
WWE would kill for plants like these.
Yeah, imagine when Cena was getting booed. They just had these guys going, "Let's go, Cena."
That would be great.
Yeah.
Abyss grabs his chain, and the ref warns him not to use it.
Yeah.
As Abyss is distracted, Hardy wraps Abyss's legs in the chain and pulls him down. DQ, Abyss is in the final.
Did you notice when Hardy did that, he got booed?
Did he?
Yeah, so when Hardy wrapped it around Abyss's ankles and pulled him down, there was like an audible boo. You could hear it.
Oh.
So I was like, okay.
Yeah, Hardy is not DQ'd, by the way.
No, he's
not. He's not DQ'd. He should be, because he used the chain.
Did he use it as a weapon?
Yeah, he pulled him down with it.
Yeah, he didn't hit him with it, though.
I don't know. It feels illegal.
Yeah, well, the best things do.
Fair enough. What you do with your weekends is up to you.
Well, I'll keep that to myself.
Hardy hits a series of drop kicks and a whisper in the wind for 2. Hardy looks for the twist of fate, but Abyss counters it beautifully into the shock treatment for 2. That was so good.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think Abyss would have chemistry with Hardy. Like, they're so different, but no, these two really worked well together.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how good Abyss can be when he's not just squashing people.
Yeah.
He's actually a good wrestler.
Yeah, no, he really is.
Yeah.
Abyss looks for another shock treatment, but Hardy pulls Abyss's mask to escape, and then hits a dodgy-looking twist of fate.
Yeah, they slipped, didn't they?
But then Hardy goes for the Swanton Bomb, which Abyss avoids, and I really thought that was the finish, the Swanton Pin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was a good false finish. I believed it.
Abyss gets Hardy up for a choke slam, but Hardy transitions it beautifully into a roll-up to get the win.
Oh, yeah, it was such a good roll-up.
Yeah, no, I wrote after this. I tweeted. I wrote after this just what Jeff Hardy is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote roll-up looked good.
Oh, it looked really good.
I've probably done it a bit of a disservice there, but it looked really good.
God,
it was really smooth.
No, I really enjoyed this match, though. I'm glad Jeff's through. And to be fair, it's good that Abyss got beaten with a roll-up rather than being pinned clean.
Yeah, so I wrote, don't mind a roll-up finish because it doesn't make Abyss look bad.
Exactly.
No, he just got caught in a roll-up.
Yeah. And it's not like Jeff needs to be put over strong because it's Jeff Hardy.
No, and it's if you want Jeff to go over, but you want your monster to still look strong.
Exactly. They did really well with this match.
Yeah, I really liked it.
We then go backstage to the judges' table where Team Canada are harassing Larry Zbyszko.
Yes, and this is where we see his jazzy shirt.
It is indeed a rascal shirt. It has 2 dragon patterns on it.
Black sleeves, red body bit.
Oh, it's
the 2 dragons.
He's been back to Skeggy Market.
He has. He's gone there and he's seen the 2 for £5 deal, and he thought, you know what, get me 10.
I can't miss out on this.
I love it. It's one of my favourite bits of waiting to see what shirt Larry is going to be wearing next.
Honestly, when he stops showing up, that's going to be devastating.
Oh, don't even bring it up. Don't make me sad.
D'Amore is demanding a tag title match for Team Canada. And at this point, it's when I notice a random bald guy in the back.
Yeah, so I was like, that doesn't look like Johnny Devine.
No, I was like, has Johnny shaved his head?
Yeah.
We find out who he is later.
Yeah.
But yeah, very jarring just to see a random bald guy with them that just doesn't get addressed.
Yeah, especially because they address it later.
It's weird.
He didn't need to be there. He didn't need to be stood there. He could have just come out with them later.
Yeah. Zbyszko tells D'Amore to earn a title match, saying that it's been that way since the Romans and the Egyptians for 3,000 glorious years. Bobby Roode takes note of the word glorious.
Yeah. I mean, my personal favourite wrestling promotion were the old Roman days.
Oh god, those were the good old days when you earned your
Yeah.
title matches. A
I
very
mean,
weird statement.
who can you remember the old indie days in Egypt? Oh,
Oh, spot fests.
jumping off the pyramids and the Sphinx. Do you remember the 450 off the Sphinx? Oh,
Larry was there. Larry
Larry
was
was.
there.
I mean, tell me he wasn't.
Demore says that Zabisco is just like everyone else in this company, and says that they will take what they want. He pushes Zabisco lightly,
Oh, yes.
and Zabisco shouts back, "Don't push!"
Yes, I'm so glad you noticed that.
That's so funny. I rewound to see what he said.
Yeah, it was like a teacher telling off two kids in primary school. It's like, don't push.
It was the worst response as well. Like,
Yeah.
what a because Shane Douglas is there, by the way.
Yeah.
He holds the mic to him like he's going to say something, but he just goes, "Don't push."
Don't push. That's Vince McMahon's reaction whenever he sees Ricochet.
Well,
He's like, don't push.
Oh god. We're then told that the tag team champions James Storm and Christopher Daniels are in action next.
Yes.
And this is where I turn once again to the Wrestling Observer.
Oh, here we go again.
Chris Harris has been vocal about how he's not happy about this tag team storyline.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So this was before this show, and obviously we'll discuss it later, but Chris Harris, said that he wasn't happy with like the split up with AMW and Triple X and not going separate ways, but being teamed up with everyone else. Yeah.
I quite like it though.
I've been on board with it, but I'm ready for it to end as well.
I'm ready for it to end. I mean, Chris, stop complaining.
Meltzer also noted, thank God he's not in WWE, or he'd be on Sunday Night Heat for the rest of his life.
Yeah, well,
it's funny because he did sign for them and he was not used well.
No,
I think he was put in ECW.
Yeah, it was the WWE CW, wasn't it? So like the revival thing. I remember the first week you told me about his promo, and I've been and watched it, and yeah, it's not good.
No. Harris also showed up in like the worst shape of his life.
Yeah, that was something that surprised me. So every clip I've seen of him in WWE, he was a bit chunky.
Yeah, because like here, he looks great.
Oh, he's jacked. He's so like when you look at him here, you think, yeah, he'd be a success. But when you look at him when he was actually in WWE, it's like, oh, okay,
that's a shame.
Bless him.
Yeah. But yeah, they make their entrance, and Scott D'Amore comes out, and he starts talking on the mic. But before he can say literally anything, Team Canada jumped them.
Yeah. Did you notice that James Storm was dressed like a B-Tech Undertaker?
Yes, he's a cowboy Undertaker.
But he was like the long black coat and the black hat, and he came wandering out. He just looked like the Undertaker.
I mean, we get a mention of the Undertaker later, so I don't know if we do. I'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
Commentary as Team Canada jumped the champions. Commentary finally acknowledge who the bald guy in the back was, and it was Ruffy Silverstein.
Ruffy.
Yeah.
Ruffy Silverstein.
He was just drafted in to replace Divine whilst he's gone.
Yeah.
Because, spoilers, he's only here till November.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, so I presume that's when Divine's coming back.
Now, because I didn't quite catch what his name was when they said it, so I looked up Team Canada on Wikipedia and looked at members and saw the name that sounded the most like what they said. I was like, okay, it's probably him. I didn't read any more into him, so I didn't know that he's not around very long.
Yeah. What I did was I looked at every picture and went, which of these is the bald guy? Yeah. Was Johnny Divine ever bald?
Who looks like a jobber?
Yeah. Oh, and he does.
Yeah.
To be fair, they need someone who can eat pins, so there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, he could be the fall guy for the Team Canada.
For a month.
Yeah.
Team Canada beat down the champions until Chris Harris and Elix Skipper come out to make the save. And an effective save as they get beaten out too.
Yeah.
Finally, Free Live Crew come out, and that's just too much for Team Canada, and they send them packing.
Did you notice their shirts?
I did. Vests with Impact on the front and their names on the back.
Like basketball jerseys, weren't they?
Yeah.
And it wasn't even their like proper names, like BG James had B Jizzle.
Also, did you notice that BG James was holding a belt?
He had a belt.
Yeah.
And I was trying to like get a look at it, like what belt's that? Like, is it some old NWA belt? And I just couldn't tell.
What I think happened was, one
yeah.
of Daniels or Storm dropped the tag title on the
And
way
he
to the
picked it
ring,
up,
and he
yeah.
picked it up.
To use
But
it
I
as
was just like, who gave this man a belt?
Yeah, and it didn't look. It just looked a bit strange.
It did look strange seeing Road Dogg with a belt.
Yeah, just in general.
Yeah, this isn't 1999.
Sadly.
Oh, sadly. And then the moment we've all been waiting for.
Oh, here we go, baby.
Jeff Hammond is back with his 6 points of impact.
Oh, not just his 6 points of impact. He said this is his 6 points of excitement.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So he's forgot the name.
Yes, he has. In his time away, he's forgot what his gimmick is.
He's still away. He's still in Nashville.
Yeah.
So he's the only person from TNA there.
Sat in front of a car?
That's what I'm going to put. You sat next to a half-built car.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was.
So I think it's just referencing that he's NASCAR. But why would anyone watching this care?
Because I think we underestimate how big NASCAR is at least the south of America. Because over here, we've just buried Formula One, and that's like worldwide.
I would watch Formula One over NASCAR every day. NASCAR is just driving in circles.
It is, but have you seen some of the crashes?
Yeah, but if it's like going, yeah, wrestling's all right, but have you seen the botches? You know what I mean?
I like wrestling only when it goes wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know. It's not for me.
Yeah.
But Jeff announces an X Division gauntlet match for Victory Road with 20 men.
Yes.
I presume this gauntlet match is not how I envision a gauntlet match in like a WWE gauntlet match, because 20, that would be like an entire pay-per-view.
That would take 3 hours, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know how this match is going to play out, but they announce that, so the winner of the gauntlet match will be number one contender for the X Division title. And Hammond tells us that Michael Shane, Kazarian, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, who Jeff says has just got rid of Goldie.
Yeah, got rid of Goldie.
Is he no longer the baby bear?
I don't know, because unless something's happened on Explosion, which we missed, then there's been absolutely no mention of him getting rid of her.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
Jarrell Clark, who Hammond announces as a dark horse, feels like they're going to build this guy to say he's been a jobber.
And you know what? They showed a clip of him hitting a 630, and it looked really good.
It does look really good, but he doesn't win.
No, he doesn't. But they could be building him up for something.
Yeah. And they also announced some international competitors.
Yeah.
Was there anyone who caught your eye in those international competitors, Scott?
There was one guy who really caught my eye, Dom, and I'm so glad you've asked me to elaborate on this.
Yeah.
I saw perhaps one of my favourite ever wrestling dancers. It was La Parka.
Oh, what a moment.
La Parka in his little black and yellow gear doing a little jig. I loved it.
So
I want La Parka to go over and just dance.
And then La Parka versus either AJ or Petey Williams.
As long as he dances, I don't care who he's against.
Oh, yeah.
So, right, you know La Parka,
do
you think he looks very similar to Pentagon Jr.?
He looks like a discount Pentagon Jr.
He looks like Pentagon's like non-emo brother. Not Ray Phoenix, but
he's his Mexican non-union equivalent.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know too much about La Parka besides his dancing.
No, neither do I.
But I'm excited to see him at Victory Road.
I'm excited to see him dance.
Yeah. I'm sure he will. But this gauntlet match seems like it'll be good regardless. It seems like a pre-show kind of thing or a kickoff thing, but
it seems like something that could open the show to start it off hot.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But straight after 6 points of impact, you say you popped for La Parka.
Oh.
But out came a fresh-faced 21-year-old Roderick Strong.
Yes.
I couldn't believe it when I saw Roderick Strong walk out.
He was oily and he had a goatee.
Yeah.
I was so excited. So for context, you watched this show before me,
Yeah.
and you were very excited, and you sent me a voice note saying that I would pop very hard for something just after
Yeah.
Jeff Hammond's 6 points of impact.
Hmm.
So I was ready for it, and I thought it was La Parka doing a little dance.
No.
That's what I popped for. So I sent you a voice note saying, I've just seen it. La Parka dancing's the best thing in the world. And then Roderick Strong came out, and I popped even more.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
And yeah.
And then we find out who Roderick Strong will be facing. So Roderick Strong's a jobber here, by the way. Like he's come out, he's like been booked as a jobber. He doesn't work for TNA.
No.
Like he just comes out with music that's not noticeable.
Generic, yeah.
Yeah. And then out comes AJ Styles to face him.
Yes.
AJ Styles versus Roderick Strong.
Yes. And that's where my pop got even more excitable.
3 pops in the space of a minute.
We went from La Parka dancing to just Roderick Strong coming out to Roderick Strong versus AJ Styles. I was so excited.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, what a match this would be in 2021.
Oh, yeah. I mean, give me that now at a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I'd be all for it.
So we have seen Strong versus Styles a couple of times. So Strong and Styles would face off at Survivor Series 2019 in a triple threat match that featured Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
So it was North American title versus US title versus IC title.
Okay.
And then also they had one match in Ring of Honor that lasted 20 minutes. That's really it.
Is that the notorious one? Where...
Sure.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
So Roderick Strong had a match with AJ after AJ left TNA.
Oh, right.
And AJ messed his neck up bad.
Oh, a botched Styles
clash. It was one of the botched Styles clashes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was on Roddy.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, that might be the ROH match you're talking about.
That might be why they haven't faced each other much then.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I am just gonna Google that just to make sure I'm right. But yeah. So so they met in ROH in 2014.
Yeah, it's that one. It was on TV.
Yeah, it was. So he tucked his neck for the Styles clash.
Oh no!
And it says he didn't break his neck, but he lost feeling in his arm.
Oh dear!
And Roddy was scheduled to appear at an Evolve week event a week later, but Gabe Sapolsky confirmed that his neck wasn't 100%, so Strong had to pull out.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
But this is Roderick Strong's TNA debut. We wouldn't see him again until September 2005.
Oh no! Oh, okay. I was really excited. I thought he was going to be in this gauntlet.
No, he's not. He doesn't show up again until September.
Oh,
that's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, especially with how this match went.
Yeah, so we'll get into that. But first, as Styles makes his entrance, there's a sign in the crowd that says AJ Styles is the real Phenom.
Oh, okay. Was Undertaker the Phenom at this point?
Probably not, but he was still known as the Phenom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Little did they know, 16 years later, he'd be buried alive by Taker at WrestleMania.
Yeah, with some good old brothers.
Oh, some of the best brothers.
Some of the best brothers you can get.
But getting into the match, Styles and Strong immediately start with some great technical wrestling, and immediately I just write, how did TNA not sign him?
Yeah, especially at how young he was.
Oh, he's 21.
Yeah.
He's so fresh-faced.
He is.
At first, I had to keep checking that it was actually Roderick Strong.
Yeah, once you kind of see his face and you can look past the goatee, it kind of becomes quite clear.
But it took a while.
Yeah.
And he didn't have the abs on abs that we know him for today.
Not quite yet. No, he was a little bit soft in the body, old Roddy.
Yeah, he wasn't like out of shape by any stretch.
No. He's in better shape than I've ever been in my life.
Oh, gotcha.
But compared to what he's like now, he had a lot more size in this match, I'd say.
Yeah. So Styles hits Strong with a drop kick to the outside. He goes for the dive, but Strong moves out of the way, and Styles lands on the apron and dives over the ring post onto Strong.
Yeah, amazing.
Which is something that we see Stu Grayson doing quite a lot today.
It's something
over
that
the ring post.
Happens in New Japan quite a lot, isn't it? Where they use the corner posts.
Yeah,
I know Ibushi does the moonsault from it. I don't like.
Shut up.
I do like it. I just wanted to hear your reaction.
Styles so Strong into the corner and looks to splash him, but Roddy pulls the ref in the way. Styles stops so he doesn't hurt the ref, and Roddy pokes him in the eye. And again, we're seeing character from him. Like he's actually going to stay, but he doesn't, and I don't know why.
I mean, it's heel work, isn't it?
It's great heel work.
Yeah.
Styles is sent to the apron and looks for a shoulder block, but Roddy hits him with a knee before draping him onto the ropes. I thought he was going to hit the Orton draping DDT.
Yeah.
But he drops him onto his knee back first, like setting him up for the backbreaker that we know he hits.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
The crowd chants Roderick sucks, and that crowd is wrong.
That crowd's incorrect, yes, smart.
Yep. Styles tries to whip Strong, but he converts it into the best backbreaker.
Yeah, it was so good.
Oh my god, he got so much height on him.
Yeah, and AJ,
unreal.
The way AJ sold it. Oh,
how did they not, like? I'm going to say this about 6 times. I don't care. How did they not sign Roderick Strong?
I don't know. I honestly don't know off this match.
Strong starts to mock Styles with kicks to the back of his head as he's down, which fires him up. He hits Roddy with forearms and a huge back body drop. Like he goes flying.
Yeah. He went halfway across the ring.
Mm. He looks for a Styles clash, but Strong throws him through the ropes. Styles goes for the body check again through the ropes, but this time he feints it to catch Roddy out before flipping into the ring and hitting an inverted DDT to pick up the win.
That looked so good.
It did.
That inverted DDT was so smooth. This
match was only 4 minutes long, and I could have took 40 minutes of it.
You see, it felt longer.
It did. And not in a bad way.
No, in a properly good way. You saying it was only 4 minutes just shocked me, because I thought it was probably about 6 or 7.
Yeah, no, it took 4 minutes 20 because they just packed so much into it. They just felt like so much longer.
Yeah. So my personal favourite moment from this match was when a woman in the crowd obviously was confused by Roderick wearing red because she shouted, "Get the Canadian."
Oh no.
Roddy is from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Which is
neither of them are Canadian.
Which is not Canada.
Eric Young just appeared at the top of the ramp.
Yeah. She was just shouting, "Just get someone Canadian, please.
Just get someone who's Canadian."
She's obviously just a little bit confused of the red. But I'm very glad that he didn't hit a Styles clash, just because it would have scared me.
Yeah. Well, I make a comment. So straight after the match, we see a hype package for Styles versus Petey Williams at Victory Road, and they bill it as the Styles Clash versus the Canadian Destroyer. If you're billing it as Styles Clash versus Canadian Destroyer, why would you not have him win with the Styles Clash right before?
I mean, I went back and watched the finish again because I didn't realize he hit the pin off the inverted DDT. After the pin, I was like, hold on, did he just pin him from the DDT? So I went back and watched. I was like, oh yeah, he did. Yeah,
so he is a jobber, as you can tell by the finish. But
yeah,
I just don't know why they wouldn't have him win with the Styles Clash and then say it's Styles Clash versus Canadian Destroyer, because it looks better. It's like, that move you just saw.
Yeah. The move that just put somebody away can put Petey Williams away.
Yeah.
But I'm super hyped for AJ and Petey Williams.
Oh god, yeah, especially after that match with Roddy.
Yeah, and the video package they played after it might be the best video package they've played so far.
Yeah, no, it was very good.
I mean, it's got me really excited for it.
Oh, I have no doubts that this will be the best match at Victory Road.
Oh, almost definitely, yeah.
Yeah, because it's the X Division, of course.
Yeah, anyone in there, yeah.
But from one Roddy to another, Roddy Piper.
I love you've put that, because that's my first note. My first note is from one Roddy to another.
Piper makes his entrance to some what sounds like 8-bit bagpipes.
Yeah,
it didn't sound good.
it sounded like his normal music to start with, and then when he got into the ring, it went all like Tron.
Yeah,
It
was
was really
weird.
weird. Yeah.
It didn't sound good.
No, it didn't.
Piper previously appeared in TNA in December 2002. He started a feud with Vince Russo, where he said that he blamed Vince Russo for the death of Owen Hart.
Oh Christ!
Thanks TNA for the light-hearted content.
I'm glad they didn't carry that on.
Yeah, I mean, well, we don't know what this turns into, but
Oh no!
I don't know. I don't know anything.
I hope it's not.
Same. I don't want mentions of Owen Hart,
No,
unless it's to pay tribute rather than to say Russo killed him. I don't want that.
Don't bring it up for a storyline.
No,
please.
It's just disrespectful.
Yeah.
The crowd goes nuts for Piper, and he plugs all the legends that he's previously faced.
Yeah. Did you notice he put over Bossman?
Yes, he did put over Bossman strong because obviously this was just after he'd passed.
It was 3 weeks after, yeah.
So that was good.
We discovered that this show was taped.
Mm.
So depending on when this was taped, it could have been just after Bossman passed.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so I kind of think that's why he put over Bossman quite strong.
Mm. Yeah, a minute into the promo, I just write, I have no idea what this promo is about, but I like his spunk. I just have no idea what he's saying.
He's full of vigor.
Oh, yeah.
He's good to go.
Piper claims that he is free at last. He would, of course, return to WWE in February 2005.
Yeah.
Free at last.
Yeah, free for a year.
Well, for 4 months.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think of that, yeah.
Piper finally gets to the point, announcing that he will have a special guest on Piper's Pit at Victory Road.
Yeah, so have you got any names written down you think it could be?
Unfortunately, in Googling Roddy Piper and TNA, I know who it is, so I'm not going to give any input.
Oh, okay. So I've got 3 names, and they probably won't fit the time frame, but they're just the first 3 names that came up. It was Angle, Christian, or Samoa Joe.
I would love any of those.
Yeah, I mean, I would. It's probably not going to be any of them because I don't remember the time frame. I know that Joe turns up in 2005, so it's probably not Joe.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'd love it to be any of those 3. I genuinely don't know who it is.
So the only thing in my mind is it has to be someone that the fans know.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if some random guy just shows up, it's like, who's this?
Yeah,
I don't know how big a pop Samoa Joe would get at this point. You know what I mean?
Well, with these Smarky fans, probably not.
Let's just say, be prepared.
Oh.
Because it's going to be a wild ride.
Okay.
Piper teases that it's either going to be Kobe Bryant, Hulk Hogan, or Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
It's none of those.
Yeah, I mean, 2 questionable names to bring up. And
3 questionable names to bring up.
Yeah. God bless Kobe.
Yeah. But yeah, it's none of those, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
It's TNA.
Yeah.
The only one there that's likely is Hogan, and it's not Hogan.
Yeah, it's not Hogan. Not yet.
No. We then go backstage to Shane Douglas, who has Triple X and AMW arguing.
So can I just bring up 2 quotes that Piper said that I loved?
Go for it.
So he said, "Don't throw rocks at a guy with a machine gun."
Yep.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And he said he's been to the top of the mountain and he built a ranch there because he's not coming down.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that quote. I think that's such a good quote.
I'll be honest, I really didn't enjoy this promo.
Did you not?
No.
I really liked it.
I'm still not into Piper.
I think I just really liked his delivery of it.
Yeah.
But
he delivers stuff well, but the content is awful.
No, that's harsh. I can see why you wouldn't like it, but I really did. I think the being to the top of the mountain and you built
some lines were good.
Was class, really good.
If you throw enough darts at a dartboard, you'll hit the bullseye eventually.
All right. some teenage white girl will have that on her wall. printed.
What about the bullseye or about the ranch?
Both.
Oh.
I'm going to get Don't Throw Rocks at a Guy with a Machine Gun on mine.
We then go backstage to Shane Douglas, who's with Triple X and AMW, and they're arguing. Chris Harris finally breaks up the arguing and says that the two teams need to get on the same page to get the better of Team Canada. Skipper says it's the most sensible thing that he's heard all day, and I immediately understand why Elix Skipper doesn't cut many promos.
I wrote Elix Skipper should never speak again.
Yeah. His voice does not match him.
Yeah, he looks like an absolute monster. He looks like an athletic freak, and then he talks, and it's like Elmo.
Yeah, it wasn't great. So I can see why Chris Harris...
He has his do-rag again.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
It's not gone anywhere. It's still there. 3 weeks strong, baby.
Daniels and Storm shake hands, saying, if Team Canada want the title shot, why don't we give it to them? How has it taken the teams this long to realise that working together, they'll be stronger than fighting each other?
I mean, yeah, just make AMW Triple X.
Like, if you get a 4-man unit there, that's a hell of a unit.
Yeah, definitely. They together stronger. Apes together strong.
Exactly. Shane Douglas then tells us that the semi-final match is up next and does a supervillain laugh.
Yeah. I put Shane Douglas laughs like an evil genius.
Like, you get the idea that he's going to, like, intervene in the main event. He doesn't.
It's like he's put it all together for it to culminate in this, and he's like,
Finally.
Finally, Raven and Monty Brown fall into my trap.
My evil plan is coming together.
I love that.
But we also find out that next week we're getting Daniels and Storm versus Team Canada in some variation, praying it's not Rufy Silverstein.
Oh, he could just take the pin.
Oh, if he's in the match, he's taking the pin.
Absolutely. It's a spoiler before we even watched it.
But we come back from the break, and Douglas is now with Jeff Jarrett. Jarrett says that he finds it funny that Raven, Abyss, Hardy, and Brown are all killing themselves for a chance to face him. The entire time, Douglas is laughing. Is this his gimmick?
What, he laughs?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Do you know what hasn't been explained?
What?
Why was he Macho Man for a week?
He just had a good week. We've all been there.
It's the most random thing. For the first week, he was doing a Macho Man impression, and he's not done it since.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Jarrett also says that both he and Russo have spoken to the Outsiders and questioned whose side they will be on at Victory Road, which I feel like is a callback. I'm not sure if it is, but it feels like a callback to when Bobby Heenan at Bash at the Beach 96 says, whose side is he on? Yeah, when Hogan comes out and forms the NWO.
Yeah, probably is.
Jarrett says the Outsiders have a reputation of taking over and going into business for themselves, but says there's only one side to be on in TNA, and that's his.
Did you notice the music they were playing throughout this promo?
I didn't.
It was really loud.
Oh, I'll be honest, I was just listening.
I struggled to hear what Jarrett was saying.
Oh, fair enough.
I was like, I can't hear.
He then says, welcome to Planet Jarrett, a catchphrase that will never get over.
It's over with me.
Is it?
No.
Okay, good. Good. I didn't want another disagreement.
I was trying to be supportive.
Of Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah.
The poor guy.
Yeah.
They're really beating us over the head with the Outsiders thing now. Even commentary finally wake up later and they go, did he say the Outsiders? As in the Outsiders? It's like,
the Outsiders?
Like, how many weeks has it taken you to hear that?
Yeah, it's been rammed down our throats.
Yeah, so they're coming.
They're coming.
Like, commentary mentioning them almost confirms that they're going to be there.
Yeah, the commentary going, did he say the Outsiders?
Yeah.
The biggest sign that, yeah.
I know Russo loves a swerve, but that's too far.
I'd just like to say I called this on week 1.
You did. Because you have ears, and I clearly didn't.
And I have knowledge.
Yeah. But then we go to the main event, Raven versus Monty Brown.
Yes.
Raven enters first in a straitjacket and immediately pulls it off, defeating the purpose of a straitjacket.
But he did struggle to get it off.
He did have a bit of a fight with it.
He had to just wiggle it off in the end.
Yeah. He also doesn't have Die Monty Brown in his chest this week, showing that he's a coward. He won't say it to his face.
No, it's showing that he doesn't want him to die. So he's had a week of reflection.
You know what? That was too far. I'm sorry.
You know what, Monty? I was just a bit excited last week.
If he has, get pinned Monty Brown instead.
Yeah, lose Monty Brown.
But after Brown comes out, I didn't have any notes on his jacket this week. I think it's just a standard thing now.
I wrote he's the sharpest dressed man in wrestling.
That is not true.
He's so cool.
I don't know who's more sharply dressed in TNA.
3 Live Crew.
Yes,
and Larry Zbyszko.
Well, that's not even.
Can
that's
you
just
imagine
unfair.
the mixture of the three? The coat, Larry's shirt, and 3 Live Crew just
The 4 Live Crew
being there.
Wow.
Oh,
that's a hell I can only dream of.
It sounds like a dream.
Brown immediately overpowers Raven, but Raven manages to get a shoulder charge into him in the corner. Brown hits him with a big boot and 2 clotheslines to send Raven to the outside. Raven goes to the announce desk, grabs a chair, but the referee takes it off him, allowing Brown to fire off some punches and send Raven to the outside once again. Why did he think he would be allowed to use the chair?
Yeah, a bit confusing. Why would he go and get it and then be surprised that he had it took off him?
He argues with the ref. What is your what case are you making that you should be allowed to use this chair?
Excuse me, have you seen the man across the ring from me? I need something.
Well, yeah. Go on then, get DQ. Do it.
Yeah.
See if I care. Like, why does the ref stop them as well? Actually, why didn't he just let him get DQ and they go, okay, DQ, you've lost?
Yeah, I get that. In football, if someone does a slide tackle and it's a free kick, the ref doesn't go, "Hey, don't do that slide tackle."
Yeah.
The ref just lets them do it and then gives a foul.
Yeah.
So, in wrestling, do they always go, "Hold on a minute, you're not allowed to use that"?
I suppose it's a way of preventing like damage to Brown if he's going to hit him over the head with it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I guess
it's theatrics, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all part of the show.
As we return from the break, Raven's somehow in control when he's shown absolutely zero sign of being able to be. And they're fighting in the crowd. Raven hits a Russian leg sweep into the guardrail, and at this point I start questioning if countouts exist.
Yeah.
Because that was way more than 10 seconds.
Were they going through the New Japan phase? Because I know TNA did this eventually where they do the 20 count.
Right. Oh, did TNA do that?
They did eventually. I don't know when they bring it in, but they did have the 20 count on the outside.
Oh, right.
I don't know whether
it felt more like AEW title match rules where the ref doesn't want it to end, so he's going to let them do it. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Maybe. Or it's just poor refereeing.
Yeah. As they get back in the ring, Brown fights from underneath, hitting strikes whilst on his knees, which I found really funny.
Yeah.
Brown looks for a back body drop to Raven, but Raven counters it with a kick to the face. Raven starts to lay in knees into Brown, and it's this point that I start to wonder, do I actually enjoy Raven?
So it was around this point where I started to wonder whether I actually enjoyed Monty Brown.
Wow.
Oh, mate. Honestly.
You've loved Monty Brown from day one.
I have, but I think I like the idea of him.
I saw a post on Reddit the other day about him, and it's like, oh, what a great guy Monty Brown was. Green as anything, but I love Monty Brown.
I really like him. I like him on the mic. I like his look. I like his presence in the ring. But in a match, like an actual match that's not just a squash match, he really looked like a little bit out of his depth in this match to me.
Yeah.
Because all of his offense was just punches.
Raven wasn't much better though. All of his was knees.
I don't mind Raven. I thought this was okay.
This wasn't a good match though.
Of the two guys in this match, I preferred watching Raven get his stuff in more than I liked watching Monty.
I was just waiting for a pounce, so I was okay with Monty's.
Yes. I mean,
Monty.
the pounce is still over with me, obviously.
Oh yeah, that's without question.
Oh yeah.
Monty regains control, sending Raven's head into the turnbuckle and hitting another series of right hands. Fans start chanting for the pounce, which is good.
Yeah, I like that.
Again, put him out of a squash match and fans get into it.
Yeah.
Although we don't, so.
We weren't there.
Brown and Raven do some like awkward whip sequence where he just keeps whipping him into the corner and then just going for punches afterwards. That was weird.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't good. And a few fans agree with me because they start to chant boring now.
Do they? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, there was some boring chants.
I heard,
I think it was the same guy who was chanting for Matt Hardy.
I heard earlier on the outside when they were doing the he did the leg sweep into the barrier. There was an EC dub chant.
Oh really?
Yeah. There was a few. They were going EC dub, but they didn't do it for very long.
Ah, fair enough.
They gave up.
Brown drives Raven across his knee 3 times before getting a 2. Brown looks for a power slam, but Raven counters into a super kick, which looked really good.
Yeah, that was a good super kick.
Raven goes to get the chair again, but the ref stops him again, and Raven argues again.
Yeah. Does he not understand? I don't know.
This allows Brown to get up and splash the ref and Raven in the corner. Yeah. Raven sets up the chair while the ref is down and drop toe holds Brown face first into it. As the ref starts to get up, he pushes the chair out the way. Can you not tell what's just happened? Brown's down, the chair is sat up.
I thought when he set the chair up, he was going to go for the DDT onto it. The Raven effect DDT.
Yeah.
That's his finish, and that would put Monty away. So when he just did the drop toe hold, I was like, okay, that seems like a missed opportunity.
It looked good, though.
It looked good, but I don't think... Because a drop toe hold is not a finisher, is it?
No, but then again, there's a reason that he didn't hit the DDT into the chair.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the ref pushes the chair away and should know what happens, but he doesn't.
That's the whole Eddie Guerrero thing, though, isn't it? Where he slaps it down and then chucks it and lays down.
Yeah, but Eddie makes it look like something happened. Like, you can see from the ref's perspective why that would look like that. From that perspective, if you're the referee, okay, Raven's just hit him with the chair.
Yeah, but I don't know. You can't really disqualify without any proof, I guess, but...
The referee with Eddie Guerrero did.
Yeah, well, Eddie was good.
Yeah, he was. Brown kicks out at 2 after the toe hold. Raven goes for a chair shot, but Brown ducks it before hitting the pounce to win.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy this match, but it picked up towards the end. Like, from the drop toe hold onwards, I think that picked up quite a bit.
Yeah, once I don't know, once it kind of felt like it was building towards a finish, it built up for me. Because when they were just doing, like, they're going through the motions and it was just punches and, like you say, knees, and they went to the outside for a second, it was like, ugh. I didn't care for this match really at all, which I didn't think I'd say about a Monty Brown match because I thought I'd really like him, but he was green as grass in this match.
Yeah, but that sets up Jeff Hardy versus Monty Brown next week, and I think Jeff is probably a better opponent for Monty.
Yeah, definitely.
Just a little guy to throw around.
Yeah, make him look like a hoss.
Yeah. After the match, both Jarrett and Hardy come out immediately. And both just shout at Brown from a distance.
They're definitely putting Monty Brown over, aren't they?
I don't know.
I think
the fact that he main evented, but
and
then
the fact he's the only one in the last 4 or 5 weeks that's actually had an in-ring with Jarrett.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I can't see him going any other way, to be honest.
It was always going to be one of these two.
Yeah. And it probably should be.
It's probably going to be Brown, but I could see them doing Jeff Hardy after Dusty's protesting, that sort of thing. Maybe even Dusty gets involved. Yeah, that was weird.
No Dusty this week. No mention of what was going on in that room.
No Russo.
There's only a little bit of Larry.
Yeah. But overall, 2 great matches on this card, Abyss and Hardy, and Styles and Strong. Just brilliant matches. And a good build for next week as well. The tag title match between Team Canada and the champions, and the Hardy and Brown match. But I think the other stuff on the card let it down a bit. I didn't enjoy the Roddy Piper bit, and I didn't enjoy the main event at all.
No, I think if you'd have what we were saying about having the Hardy match to open, if you'd have put, so if I was restructuring this, I'd have put Roddy and AJ to open.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and then Raven and Monty Brown mid card, and then have Abyss and Hardy as the main event.
Especially because Hardy feels so much more over.
Yeah, he is a bigger star than Monty Brown and Raven.
Yeah, he is.
So put him in the main event, and then have Monty Brown come out on the ramp like Hardy did.
Yeah, especially because he would look more impressive stood on the ramp than Jeff does.
Yeah. He looks more impressive stood doing nothing than he does when he's in a ring.
Yeah, but like him stood there fresh as the daisy, and you see Jeff like exhausted. That's a better visual. Because you've got to like, oh god, look at what Jeff's got to overcome.
Yeah, look at this monster he's got to go through.
Whereas like Jeff having to like overcome this tired, I don't know, it just doesn't seem. It seems backwards.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think the match of the night for this show was, I'd say it was Abyss and Jeff Hardy.
Yes, it was.
Just because of the length.
Yeah.
It was longer, they got more stuff in, it was more competitive. But AJ and Roddy, for saying it was a squash match, it was class.
It's the best squash match I've seen.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite touch AJ and Shelley from a couple of weeks ago.
No, but that had more time, and there was a bit more of a story, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, like AJ and Shelley was a class match, but Roddy and AJ was still very good.
Yeah, we're seeing who is the best bout machine in TNA.
Yeah, now. I mean, there's two names that really are thrown out from both of those matches, and they are both AJ Styles. So
yeah, he's unbelievable, and I can't wait to see where he's going. I'm hoping he wins the X Division title at Victory Road.
Yeah, I mean, everything's kind of pointing towards that, I think.
We don't see much Petey Williams, do we, to say he's the champion?
No, which I don't think we need to, because when his whole aura is around this Canadian Destroyer, and if you saw it every week, you kind of get a bit sick of it.
Yeah, I mean, I would appreciate Petey Williams' match next week, though.
Yeah, they need to have him wrestle before the pay-per-view, for sure.
Yeah.
And I'd be surprised if they didn't have him wrestle before the pay-per-view.
Yeah. But thank you for joining us once again for the classic TNA Impact review. Next week, we'll be back for the October 15th episode. Make sure to join us again. Hit subscribe, hit the like button, and check out theannouncerstable.com for the latest wrestling news.